plus I have a free CHATBAR readings after the general. So I am a psychic seer. I have seen many different beings throughout my life. They come and visited me, my mind, not within my mind, gifted me a lot of information on how to shift my mind. And so I'm an intuitive counselor now, and many have done like hundreds and hundreds of readings. And so if you're really interested in getting intuitive counseling with me and bringing you up to speed of who you are authentically, guiding you to connect to your soul again, creating the reality that you really desire and want, and getting channel messages about your past. I can tap into the Akashic records as well. I channel through Pleiadians, Arcturians, Gaia, who else? Oh gosh, you name it. I've channeled. I mean, if I can tap into it, I can channel it. So it depends on the energies that have visited me too over the 50 span of years that they did come and see me. So I tend to use those energies that have happened in the past to be able to understand or have a vibrational link to them that have visited me. Yeah. So in any case, today is the general reading. So I do use tarots as well to get the engine revving, but I do channel through messages as well, if need be. Hey, Malcolm. Hey, Genevieve. Good to see you guys here. We are restreaming today to YouTube and to Facebook. So if I don't say a name that you see, that's the reason why. And any of these messages, even from the free CHATBAR readings, that is for everybody. You choose. You take what you need for you'll get a feeling of, yes, that feels right for me, and take that, because we're all creators of our own divine reality, and that's really important for you to honor and respect how you feel about the messages. So what I was getting this morning when I woke up, hey Sandy, hey Leanne, hey Lucy, hey Sky. So what I was getting this morning when I woke up was a message of learning how to face our fears. And this doesn't mean bring our fears up so that we can relive them over and over. It means literally see them for what they are, in the lack of who we are in that facing off, to be able to take our power back. And it reminds me of a story. My really does not like moths at all. Like, she cannot stand moths. They freak her out. So it was years and years ago. She came to visit us from New Zealand, and she was sitting on the balcony outside. It was getting dark, so there was lights being turned on, and you know what lights attract, right? She's sitting in the furthest corner, and there was lots of us around the table before her, like she was in the far corner. And what do you know? Her fear just attracted this moth. It just flew past everybody else and then whacked her in the shoulder, and she's just freaking out, you know. And I'm like, Mum, your fear's literally magnetizing the moth to you. Just chill and start to focus on the conversation, not the fear itself. And it would have only been 10 minutes later, another moth came and whacked her in the forehead. And she's like, okay, I get it. So this is what I mean about facing fear. When we are very focused in on something that we're afraid of, it gives it life, it gives it energy, it creates the monster. We are the creators of our reality, so we end up creating the monster even bigger. We sit in on it, we look for things that we have to protect ourselves against, and there is the universe around us is a multitude of unending possibilities. So it's waiting for us to see what we're focusing in on, so that it can bring it forward for us to see. And if we are focused in on our fears, that's what we're going to start to see more of. So in light of that, the biggest thing is to remember that our fears are showing us a path. They're showing us what we are within ourselves, saying we are less than. And that means that we can't control ourselves or around that fear, or that fear is way more bigger than what we are, that we don't have the ability to steer around it by just going, it's nothing, and flicking it off like a mosquito and that sort of thing. And also, I sat down here and I thought, what I'm just going to do is grab these tarots and just, I mean, they're oracles, and just shuffle and just grab a couple just to see if I'm on the right path here. And what do you know? This is the 2 cards that popped out. This is after I decided what this was going to be called, Facing Our Fears. So the first card that popped out for the general is this one, the unending sadness of looking back. And it says endless regret, obsessive grief, replaying the past, negative nostalgia. Next to this card, deep dark sea mermaid, finding solutions in the unknown places and in the darkness. So these are literally looking back at all the things that we're afraid of and bringing them forth and going over them and over them. And here we are with the, going into our deepest, darkest fears and finding in those unknown places solutions to why we're afraid. Why are we afraid of what that is? So maybe sit down for a while this week and just really look into what your fear is. And then see if you've given it too much power. See if there's a program running in your head. A lot of fears are pushed into us by programs. You have to be responsible for the whole world, and the world's going to come and collapse in on you, and all these wars and horrible things are happening. It's all your fault, that sort of thing. And you put it on your shoulders and go, how am I going to fix all of that? And it's too much. So be aware of the program as well that's coming through. Hey, Robin. Hey, Kuara. Kiwa. I'll just call you Kiwa. Okay. So we've got Facebook and YouTube coming through today. That's really good. I'm going to do some tarots for the general. So let's see what else comes up for the general. Some of these cards are so wide, I have to shuffle them this way. So let's see what happens here. This one wants to pop out. Okay, so we have the 7 of Swords in reverse. So this is literally, 7 of Swords is literally carrying your fears around with you and worrying about everything that's happening and being overprotective with it. And in reverse, I'm feeling like the swords should be able to fall out a lot easier. This is a time to face them. This is the time to face what you don't like in your reality. Just use the energies to go, I'm not doing it anymore, but also ask them to purge, like let them go. You don't want to go over and over and over like a big record and bring them all to you. You just want to say, I'm using these to purge it, to see where I'm lacking in my own power, because there's nothing that's facing you that isn't something that you are in the opposite direction just as powerful. So we have 4 cards that have come out. Let's go with these. We have the Empress. So this is all about nurturing ourselves, bringing ourselves into alignment of being the Empress. So she's free of all swords. She doesn't need to carry any sort of protection. She's even the protector of the nurturing creation that she's coming into. She's a divine person. Sorry, they're saying something to me at the same time, and I'm trying to bring it all together. So she's divinely, sorry, she's at least nurturing herself anyway. I'm just going to leave it at that. Thank you. So she's creating and focusing on everything that she wants to create in her reality. This is where we're going. This is what we need to become. She has no fears. She's just a creator and a lover of her life. And I can honestly sit here and say that this is possible. Certainly what my life's turned into. King of Wands in reverse. So we're like King of Wands is really about fire and passion and doing the action, understanding that his hard work is reaping all the rewards, bringing in all the power that he has, and he's sitting there proudly about how he's created through action his reality. And in reverse, I would want to say that it's time to look a little bit more inwards in yourself and do the actions on the inner journey as well. And then we have strength. So we need the strength to be able to do this. Face the lion in its mouth, so to speak. Not that you want to put your face in a lion. But in other words, if you were completely in tune with that lion, there's absolutely no reason why you couldn't put your face in that lion's mouth, because you're in tune with it. You know your power, you know your worth, just in the same energy as the lion. Whatever the lion is, you know you're just as worthy to be here. And that's really what we're doing with these spheres. We're just as worthy to be here. We're just as worthy to hold our power and understand who we are and face those spheres and say, you have no power over me. Very Alice in Wonderland, right? Very, you have no power over me anymore. And the power literally drops. The fear goes away. The person that's trying to push that fear onto you has no meaning in your life anymore, no reason for being there. It literally falls away and either turns around and tries to find someone else who's a victim to their life, because it can't get the power off you when you're not a victim to them anymore. And then we have judgment coming up. Look, he's standing there like knowing that everything that he's done in creation and creating in his life, he will be judged by his own soul, by his own self, by his own knowing. They always say when we pass over, when we die, we are judged by ourselves, by our souls, by who we are. We judge ourselves. And when we come to this point in this frequency here on Gaia, when there's such a massive shift going on, we're literally going through that ourselves while we're still alive. We're literally going through the scenario of like we've passed on, and judging ourselves and where our fears are, where our problems are, what do we need to look at and go from a higher perspective, go, wow, okay, I see where I gave my power away. Okay. We've got M from Facebook. Good morning. Good morning, Free Speech. Good morning, Sumac. Good morning, Mark. Good morning, Kelly. Good to see everybody here this morning. I'm going to get another pack of cards and see what else we can get. Let's get my new ones. I love my new ones. So these are my new deck, Energy Spirit Oracle, by Sandra and Taylor. I don't say the names of the other decks because they're over there, and I should really pull them out and say the names. I keep forgetting them. I'm not the best at remembering names. Plus, I'm autistic as well. Not autistic, although I probably do have some traits of that. I'm dyslexic. Okay, here we go. We've got a couple popping out here. Okay, let's see what these say. So this is the chart, the Angels of the Seven Chakras, but it came in reverse. So in reverse means that we're focusing in on our power, our creation. So in reverse, it always goes to the three opposite plus our heart. So we have power, like a substance of who we are. We're looking at that at the moment. We're not needing to look at the higher frequencies. We're looking at who we really feel we are at the lower end of ourselves. Like who are we? How much do we honor and respect that we're actually living in these bodies, creating this amazing life? How much do we feel we deserve to be here? That sort of thing is coming up for the chakras at the moment. The 7 angels are chakras. And then we have the prophets, the ancient seers, and decisions, and predictive guidance coming up in reverse as well. So when we are strong in these, chakras, lower chakras, then this will flip upside down and we'll start to become the prophets and ancient seers of our reality. So this is coming up in reverse, just to say this is where we're going towards this. And the next card that came up was balancing ourselves. So this is needing to find balance within our own sovereignty. How can we stand there in our intuitive guidance and our ability to be psychic, to go and face other realities, if we're not feeling we deserve to be in a reality that appeases us, that makes us feel good? If we dive into those realities and use all of these beautiful intuitive guidances to be able to peel back the veil into other higher dimensions, and we're still on fear, what are we going to bring ourselves? More fear in other dimensions. We're literally going to go crazy. And that's what's going to happen with those people that don't find their balance within themselves, of allowing self-deserving power and intuitive opening up into other realms. This world is going to be everything that we've created within ourselves in the end, because we're literally closing in on source energy, on God, on becoming the creators, and that ball of light that's within us, and the understanding that we are God itself creating and going on an adventure. When we get to that point, all of our fears and that will have to be faced before, because what is God? What is source energy? Love. It's just love. It's just creation. It's creating everything that we desire. And it doesn't know the difference between what our fears are and what our desires are. It just creates. And if there's a fear, it's just because we haven't loved ourselves enough to say that we deserve. Yeah. So I'm also going to pull, actually I want to get a couple more of those cards, see what else it's got for a future, but this is weekly readings, but I do like to look into the future a little bit with them, because I probably should do a forecast reading in between these and do monthly readings, or a year from now or something like that. I might look into doing that as well live. If you guys want me to do that, then yeah, might start that up on another day and during the week. That would be cool. I'm going to do cards for the chat bar reading after the general reading. So I always open it up for the chat bar reading straight after the chat bar, straight after the general. And that's usually about 20 to 30 minutes in, depending on what happens with the general. So yes, I will help with that. You love that, Flora? Okay, I might do like monthly reading or something. There we go, look at this. So here the card that came out was attachment, longing, and desperation. See how she's caught in that web and she's trying to find her way out. The more she wriggles in a web, the more she starts to be in fear, the more she starts to feel like the world's coming in on her, the more she's going to get tangled up in that fear. But if she just stayed calm and thought logically, she'd probably find that one of her other hands free enough to unfree the other hand, and then she can literally just crawl out of this sticky web. But the more she struggles, the more she's going to get encapsulated, and it's not going to work for her. She has the ability to get herself out of anything. I've literally seen bugs do this, where they've caught in a web and it's sticking on their feet, and then they just stay there, and then they take 1 foot off at a time and slowly wiggle their way back out. And they get out of the web and off they go on their world again. So we do have the ability to be able to unstick ourselves. No, don't attach yourself to a fear. Just see a fear as a boulder in your road that's showing you where you're in lack of, that it's showing you how much power you really truly have, that you can always find a way around it. And then when you do get around it, you'll look back and that boulder is completely gone. It wasn't even there. It was something that was in your mind, the illusion of the story pulled over your eyes. Trying to take responsibility too of our own individual fears and our own self. Stop looking and pointing our finger out to even those in charge, so-called. It's got nothing to do with them in the end. It really has to do with how much we've given our power away. So this came in reverse as well, and it's talent, guides, spirit mentors, and teachers. So in reverse, I'm feeling like with all of this that's going on, we are learning to step up our game. We will become the guides for others to follow. So we end up, and it's not that we have to actually go out and teach. We don't have to go live on YouTubes. We don't have to do any of that. We just have to be in essence of ourselves and say that we respect who we are. We love who we are. If you ever see a master that's walking this earth and you can feel it off him, he knows his self-worth. He knows who he is, and he will speak whatever truth he decides to speak in that moment. And, you could be looking on the outside, listening to him and thinking, whoa, you're speaking all this stuff that's way out there, but I just feel truth within you. That's what we're going to become. We're going to just be walking this earth, speaking our truth, moving towards our happiness, bringing the reality that we really wanted into us, creating the desired outcome, trusting who we are. Other people can judge because they're in a judgy sort of a place themselves, but you don't care. It doesn't matter. You know the happiness that you're bringing to yourself. That's all that matters. This is your reality. This is your privilege of having this reality, to be able to live in this world, to be able to expand and be happy. This is your decision, and you support yourself on that journey, and everything starts coming your way. Okay, what else are we going to do? Angel cards are screaming out. One more angel card. Oh, thanks, Magic. Thank you. It's been a long journey. So Magic says, she's from YouTube, adore the pureness of your energy. So lovely, Bobbie. Thank you, Magic. Yeah, it's not that, it wasn't an easy road, but I kept facing myself, bringing everything back to who I am, until I got to a point where I just love who I am. And that's been a long journey. So I've had many narcissistic relationships. Believe me, I've been down the rocky road. But now my life's completely shifted, and all that I've ever desired has come, and it is right there in front of me. I'm just so surprised. This time last year, I was not in a good place either, and I said, that's it. By this time next year, it's going to be fantastic. And everything that I desired, owning my own house and everything's all coming. Beautiful man that's come into my life, absolutely beautiful relationship has fallen into my laps. He's absolutely, all my other relationships are nothing in compared to this one. Really incredible. Been together for nearly 4 months, 3.5 months, and not one fight. We just laugh. We laugh all the time. at our house mainly. Anyway, let's keep going with this reading. I just wanted to let you know that everything that I'm telling you is true. Like, I kept looking at myself, and I didn't point the finger out to the outside world all the time. I just went, where am I lacking? I need to find that little key within myself. And my work is taking off now too, which is what I always wanted to do. I just want to send these messages out. Everything else is the biggest bonus. This is my soul's calling, my soul's mission. I know who I am now, and I love myself and all the craziness that I am. Thanks, Anna. Thanks, Kerry. Okay, here we go. Angels. Pick up the angel cards and say all that. Okay. Angels. Angel cards. Yeah, also if you want to see my latest interview with Kevin Moore, that's the second one that I did on his show. Here we go. Manifestation. Here we go. As I'm talking, this is what we're coming into. We're learning to manifest the desired outcome that we desire. It's got nothing to do with anyone else and how they feel about us or whatever. What really truly makes us happy? And the problem is, most people will go into what makes you happy, and your logical brain will stop you by saying that's impossible. It is not impossible, because around you, surrounding you, every given minute, every given moment in your life is unlimited possibilities. So all it is the amount that you focus in on. So what are you focusing on? Are you focusing in on the problems and bringing them more to yourself, focusing in on your fears because you're afraid, because you don't feel you deserve to be beyond that fear? What are you focusing in on? This is all about putting that wish out to the universe and saying, I deserve this. And I don't know how it's going to come. I don't know the actual adventure and the ride that I'm going to take, but it's going to be blooming awesome because I deserve it. You are the manifestation. You are manifesting your world into reality. You're creating it. Focus on it. Trust that focus. Trust who you are. You wouldn't be born into this reality unless you had that within you. Okay, I'm going to be doing the free card chat bar readings in a minute. Patricia, not long to go. There we go. Another card from the angel deck. All I want is the whole rest of the world to find what I found, so that we can all live in a blooming crazy, cool, awesome world that's full of color and authentic people that are doing what they want, trusting themselves. Look at this, playfulness. It's just that easy. We start to move into what we want to play with. What do you want to play with? What's fun for you? Yeah. And say that the world, the universe around you will support you. Oh my gosh, thank you, Isabel, for your donation there. You guys are awesome support. That's the other thing. My friends in the chat have been with me on this journey for so long. Some of them, when I started, there was only a few of us on board, and they just kept coming back. So I've been very, very lucky. So guys, this week, let's get rid of those fears. Let's step into our power. When we have less fears, it's because we're stepping into our power, right? So I know easier said than done, and if you do feel a pull of a fear, I tend to just sit still. I either have a shower running over me or sit in a bath, and I just start to feel into it and use your emotions to purge it through and see where it was coming from. It's usually, and a story might start developing in your head, and then all of a sudden it's like because you're doing this specifically to face your fears and get through them and purge them, not to relive them over and over. It's like an epiphany thought comes in your mind, and you go, ding, 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 I get it now. And it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks about this. This is how you feel about you. So go back into how you feel about you to purge that. There's no right and there's no wrong, right? So there's no judgment when there's no wrong and no right. So don't judge yourself on anything. Just use it, get through it, find your happiness. Okay, so I'm going to open up the chat bar now. So if you say yes, please. That was quick, David. You foresaw that coming. If you, yes, just say yes, please then. And if I miss anyone, because there's quite a few people now from Facebook and YouTube, if I miss anyone, very sorry in advance. I probably can't get through everyone. So I'm just going to have to do this. You might have to say yes, please, a few times and carry that going. So let's get into this. David. Whoa, I can't take that many. So I'm going to reshuffle. Because no, just a couple of cards. Thanks. One or two. David. Abundance. The word abundance is coming up for you in my mind. Moving towards it, manifesting it. Let's see. You have faith. Have faith in this. If you're looking to manifest more money into your reality, they want you to really have faith. There is something coming for you. They want you to be very strong in yourself and say, that's it. Not taking no for an answer. I deserve. Okay. One more card. Okay, so yeah, moving forward within your reality, faster than what you have been anyway. Cutting through the truth and looking at yourself and seeing where you releasing guilt. I feel like this is, even though it's judgment card, I feel like there's maybe a bit of guilt within you of not feeling like you deserve to release it so that you can bring this abundance through for you, because it is sitting there. I can feel it's just there. It's just there. You're on the right path. I keep getting that in my head as well for you. You're on the right path. Okay, so, oh, holy crap, there's a lot of people saying yes. Okay, Maria from Facebook. Maria. Okay, Maria, you got the Nine of Wands. And when I saw that card for you, I literally saw you contemplating what you've achieved in your life, how far you've come. But that's the reason for it is because it's going to be a shift into something more, like literally bringing more authentic power back into yourself, understanding who you are, shifting into taking command of who you are, almost elder feeling coming in, and it's a shifting up of your, it's like you've always known this about yourself. You know who you are, and now it's time to live it, to literally walk this earth being that. And so you're going through maybe a contemplation of how far you've come and being grateful for that, and standing proud in what's happened so far. But this is literally a shifting up of you becoming an elder. I'm literally getting goosebumps as I'm saying that for you, Maria, which is really beautiful. Shivers. Okay. Facebook user. Yes, please, love. Okay. Feel into your energy. I'm seeing structures being built, ground, like building something that feels better for you. Facebook user. Yeah, the grounded energy around you Look, you're moving into the 10 of Cups, which is wishes coming true. Someone might come in and help guide you in this, but they're just a guide, and they're only just, it's kind of like you're beginning, or maybe you're beginning in this. Like, you're starting to realize what you want, but you're very youthful in the energy. Like, it's new to you to figure out what you truly desire. And they're saying, build it one brick at a time, build it one stick at a time. Make sure each piece that you put in is strong. Like, if you hear that squeaking, that's my daughter. She's waking up. I still haven't put any oiled that hinge yet. Okay, so now we're going to Isabel. Thank you so much for that donation. It was really sweet of you. Isabel. Okay. Isabel. So there's a feeling of feeling vulnerable. You've got the Knight of Swords coming in too. So there's someone coming in to help save you, guide you. This new energy, it could even be someone. Like, it could be, I'm just going to unfold my romance cards, see what they say. Honeymoon. See, there could be, enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. Could be someone coming in your reality that, I don't even know if you're single or together or whatever, but anyway, I'm just going to go with this energy. Someone's coming in that's going to shift your energy up into creating the desired outcome that you want. But when that happens, you might feel vulnerable. You might feel like you're, oh my God, I have never felt this feeling before. This is just wonderful. And then the vulnerability starts to come in. When that happens, just stay in the energy and say to yourself, I'm not going to sabotage anything. I'm just going to slowly get myself used to the energy. You might not get as excited as what you wanted because you're getting used to it, but the excitement's all going to keep coming later on anyway. Just in this first instant of you getting used to seeing a blissful life or something coming towards you that you love, that vulnerability, just stay there. That'll help not self-sabotage it like we all do whenever we do have something wonderful coming our way. I think you're shifting into a new you, and that's literally showing you off in your outside world, something coming towards you that is reflecting that new you. Yeah, something's happening there anyway. This week. Malcolm from YouTube. Let's do Malcolm from YouTube. So we've got the sun, but it was in reverse. I'll just get one more. But the sun being in reverse is still very positive. Okay, so there might be some, and then the devil in reverse. So you are going in the right direction. You're literally unbounding yourself from addictions, from people that were controlling you. Even people that are controlling you is an addictive, victimized situation. We're addicted to being victim, right? We're like, we can keep speaking up and saying to people, feel sorry for me, that sort of thing. Even in that, when that happens, it can be an addictive personality of being a victim. So this was reversed. Ta-da! So it's all falling away. All the chains and that are falling off. You're starting to unravel yourself out of this cage and stand in your own power. So the sun came in reverse as well, meaning that you are ready now to step into that power of who you are and self-deserving and be your authentic self, shine your light. That's where you're stepping into this week. Just be aware of those around you that are be aware of the stories that you're telling others. Yeah. Be aware of the stories. Are they serving you? Is that what you want in your future? Because when you speak things out, it comes back. So the more we do, we can speak things. We can talk to a therapist. We can do all of that. There's nothing wrong with it. But what's wrong is if it keeps on coming back and you never really purge it, you never really get rid of it. This is a good week for you to purge this, whatever this is. Okay, Donna from YouTube. Donna from YouTube. Donna. Okay, Donna, yeah, the 5 of Cups. And literally before that fell, you have the 5 of Cups. I feel like you're had enough of looking at all the things that didn't go right for you. You're starting to get wary of it. You're starting to realize it's not actually serving you, because I see you getting more cutthroat into your reality, going like bringing down the sword of truth and saying that's enough. I need to move forward to manifest the reality that I want. I need to let go of, and that means I just have to say enough. I literally did this a couple of weeks ago as well, because it was a story that kept revolving back. I was bringing it up. I kept sharing it with my new man, and then I realized it was getting bigger in our reality. So I had to say no more. Don't need that story anymore. He knows enough. Stop feeling sorry for myself, step into what I really want, and everything starts shifting again into everything we want again. So just be aware of that. You also have the Ace of Cups. So emotional fulfillment will come when you release. See, behind her, there is those 2 cups there. So they want you to step into a new beginning and let go of this past energy that's happened. Like literally look up. When you look up, you created a new step and you're starting to fulfill your emotional cup yourself and everything that you want. Love asking for love to be surrounding you instead of, woe is me, that happened, that sort of thing. So it seems to be a lot of the messages this week that we can really use this energy at the moment to shed stuff. It's going to transform us quicker into, it's like we keep going through the same scenarios, but with the energy going like this, but it gets more and more and more intense as we go along, so we can clear bigger things, look at more into us. And then the more we clear these bigger things, we will start seeing a reflection of the space that's left when you're no longer feeding into that. Okay, so we have Debbie from YouTube. Did I do you? Not sure, actually. I've forgotten where I was. I'm just going to have to pull a name out. Sorry, Debbie, if I didn't do you, say yes, please again at the bottom, and I'll come back to you. So we'll go, because I'm not sure anymore. My logical brain switches off when I channel these messages, and I end up not remembering who I've done within moments. Golden Rainbow. Let's go to Golden Rainbow from Facebook. Golden Rainbow, Facebook. So you have an Empress coming in. You're starting to nurture who you are. I love that. That's great. You're going to see the rewards coming into your reality. Okay. They're saying, even though you're nurturing yourself, sometimes I think you feel like you're on slippery ice, like you're not sure. It's like any moment now this could fall. So that's the devil at work there. You have purged stuff and you're ready to accept the self-nurturing, but it is a different energy than what you're used to, especially when you've run with this energy all your life, the devil energy all your life. When you start to step into something like that self-nurturing, your logical brain can come on board and make you feel like you're on slippery ice and that it's going to fall over. But the energies are literally helping us now become become the authentic self and nurture who we are. So remember that it's only a couple of years ago, you know, that the energies have ramped up and started shifting towards helping us become more enlightened, and it wants to support us even quicker now. So trust yourself. Trust yourself. You need to trust yourself a bit more there. Okay. Kathy Swan from YouTube. Kathy Swan from YouTube. Kathy Swan from YouTube. Kathy Swan. They're asking me to just pull one of these cards out. They asked me to pull this card out. So Golden Phoenix, something you thought finished burst back into life. So Phoenix is, you know, they rise from the ashes, and when you think it's dead, it's not. It's a new seed that comes back. This is pretty much all of existence does this. This is how we create. But there could be someone coming back into your life that you thought was over, or you thought that they might start to resurface again. Just be strong. But when they do, it's nothing to do with who they are. It's got to do with how you feel about yourself now, whether you decide to let them back in or not, or whether you want to move on. Knight of Coins, they could be offering you something, offering you some abundance, something like that. Just be aware of what you feel about yourself with this, and make sure that you are supporting who you are, that you're not just doing things for others. That's really important. Okay, so we have... Also, they're telling me that it's almost like a new seed being reborn within you too. Like the whole Phoenix thing is within you, shifting up. Like they're showing me this daisy popping up out of the ground from, you know, how daisies cover graves. So you're being reborn into shining your light, facing your power. Okay, who else have we got here? Kua from YouTube. Kua from YouTube. Kua. You have the Queen of Cups in reverse. So you're looking for an emotional fulfillment from your own self-support. You're looking for that. Let's see what happens. There's going to be some guidance coming in with this for you too, because look, the dice is stepping out for me with guidance written on it. These are my own fortune dice. That's starting to show. Okay, too many are coming out. I'm starting to do a full reading for you. Just one card. Okay, well, 2 cards. Okay, this is where you're going. Your wish is going to come true. This is the Star card. It's like you've gone through the shit. Now your wish is going to start coming true because you start to realize that you deserve. And a Palace of Cups. So this is an emotional fulfillment in your actual environment. So your environment is gifting you an emotional fulfillment. That's what you want. It's what you desire. That's what the universe knows you want. It's coming. Okay. We have MM from YouTube. MM. There's a strength in you. A strength in you. Look at that. Crikey dickens, too many cards. Something is coming to the end for you, because hidden underneath this card, This is the 10 of Swords. So literally you've seen everything that's been fired at you in your past. It stabbed you in the back. It's made you feel crap. You see it now, and you're like, enough. I'm going to uncurl myself. All of these are only the tips of the blades hitting me. I'm uncurling myself. They're all going to fall off. And now I'm going to use those swords as my own tool to be able to fight for the truth for myself and my peers and everyone. So you literally had to go through a death within yourself, because that was the card that was underneath, is death in reverse. So new beginnings coming. Death in reverse is definitely new beginnings coming for you. And Palace of Wands has come up. So you might feel like you want to go out and do some action in your environment, create a space that fulfills you. You might just want to shift up your room, do some feng shui. You could literally be moving home into something new, but literally finding your environment and action. You'll have to do some action towards this, because it is the Wands, which is an action card, using the fire within you, that you stand up. You now don't have all of those stabby thoughts in your brain, and it's given you a clear space to use that space to put it, to gift you energy to do the action towards creating the environment that you truly desire. Harmonia. And then maybe I'll do a Facebook one after that too. Harmonia. You've got, so you're really stepping into your rewards coming in and starting to show up. It's because you've come to the end of the tree of life, is all of the journey of life. Like, we step into this world as a little baby. We have to filter through a new environment, find out what serves us, what doesn't, what's taught to us, what doesn't. Bring it back to ourselves as we get older and we're teenagers, and then we say, I know who I am, and I'm not going to follow and copy my parents anymore. I'm going to stand up for who I am. Teenagers actually do teach us to become more authentic, and then you start to go into the big wide world with all of the laws and rules and everything, and you lose yourself again, and you feel that you have to start all over. And who are you? Feeling vulnerable in this big wide world. Every time you step up, you feel vulnerable. Well, you've come to the end of all of these cycles. And so it's starting to show up in rewards outside of yourself. It might feel like you're just sitting there, like you're in a hangman position, like you can't quite see it yet. You're waiting for it to come in, but they're wanting you to trust this, be the proverbial fall and jump off the cliff. It's annoying because I only want one or two cards to fall out, but they keep bringing more. Let's do Saja from Facebook. Saja Emlyn. Saja. I hope I'm saying that right. I'm probably saying it wrong. Sorry. Saja. Transformations coming up for you. You've got guidance in this. Okay, what cards have fallen? Have faith. Transformation. You're leaving the hermit stage. Like, the hermit stage is literally going within and doing the inner shadow work, finding your light within yourself, no longer looking outside yourself for that. And it's in reverse, so you're leaving that. And that's going to lead you to way more abundance in your life than you've ever seen before. Palace of Coins. Like, it is literally full of coins, this palace. You can have whatever you desire, but it's showing up in your environmental world because it's the palace. So it's showing up in your environmental world. This is time to just take those little steps. Don't be too worried. Like, you might take a step out, feel vulnerability because you're shifted up yourself from the inner self. And then you might go back to hermit and then come back out again. Just take your time with it. Don't rush. Okay, YouTube, Suzette. We have the 7 of Cups. So they want you to use your imagination here. It's almost like there's a lot of things that you want and desire and you feel like you can't fulfill all of them. If you focus in on the one that fulfills you the most in this moment, the rest of them will all fall into place. So for instance, when I was going through the same feeling, I wanted a home, I wanted a man, I wanted, I wanted my work to become bigger than Ben Hare. I wanted it to support me so I could support myself and my family. I've been a solo mum for 2 families and, very living on the edge of abundance, and I wanted that to start flowing, which it is now. All of that, when that happened, though, the one that was self-serving me was to put all my energy into my work. And so I chose one and I put all my energy into my work. And then everything else just started to fall into place. I met the man, and home is coming now, and everything's falling into place that I truly desire. So choose one and do it 100%. Okay. We have, who else have we got here? Tanya Oz from YouTube, and then we'll do another Facebook. Tanya Oz, Tanya Oz, Tanya Oz. You do another favor, yeah. Okay. Tanya Oz, Tanya Oz. I'm seeing a leaf falling from a tree, so letting go of it. Almost a leaf, letting go of something. So the Queen of Cups came in reverse. That's the Queen of Emotions, wanting to fill your emotional cup. And the Eight of Wands came in reverse too. Eight of Wands is like, I think you're the sort of person who you generally knows what you want and you go for it. But in this newer energy where it's coming from the inside out, you're feeling a little, I'm feeling that off you. And so to fill your emotional cup from the inside out, it's like a leap of faith for you. And then, but they're saying that it's going to come unstuck. And when it happens, when you start to realize, I get it now. I'm just going to go towards what I choose to be happy in the moment. Don't worry about the future. Don't worry about the past. Just in this moment, what's going to fulfill me. It'll come real fast. It'll come real fast. We'll go M. M, you've got the sun. Positive thoughts are going to lead your way. You have justice on your side. You've done for others, so trust that. You have, and you're stepping out of the hermit stage as well. So what I said before for the other person, you're starting to now bring the new you out into the real world and seeing what happens. Just take one step at a time. Don't be too hard on yourself. Don't feel like things aren't moving as quickly as what you want. They will move. You just got to take your time. Use the energies to take your time. Sasha's the Three of Cups in reverse. So there could have been around you some sort of facing off with there might have been something like a can't quite lover's card came out. Whatever falling away for you in the retrospect of a person that wasn't honest or whatever, or maybe there was threesome, I'm not sure. But anyway, whatever is happening at the moment with you, let it go and trust that your reality is going to bring in exactly what you deserve now, and that you'll be, because you've said no to all of the crappy drama and stuff of other relationships in the past, don't want to do it anymore. It's allowing someone of stability to come in for you now. So that's cool. Danielle, good morning, beautiful Bobbie. I love the card. Danielle, Every time I see you, there's lights bursting out everywhere. Okay, so they want you to use your imagination and they want you to step it up. You have a lot of options available to you, but they need you to start to imagine these options into reality. And you've got the 4 of coins. So it's okay to hold on to the things you love, but don't hold so tight that you can't move. You might be that you might have to you might have a little fear of, if you step into some of these, I really want, that you might leave behind someone or something. That, don't worry about it. It's all going to come. Whatever you decide, whatever you choose, how your reality is, it will happen that way. So trust that. The logical mind tends to trick us into thinking you can't have that great thing because that means all that has to fall away. You can eat your cake, have your cake and eat it too, because you deserve that. You do deserve that. Some of these sayings that we've been taught are programs. Some of the lots of the nursery rhymes, programs. They're not the truth of what your potential is. They're not the truth of what your potential is. Yeah. Isabel from YouTube. Isabel from YouTube. Isabel, you have the 8 of Cups, so you're stepping into something new. And that newness is bringing in your soul tribe, like unity of a highest degree, like those people that really fulfill you can come in now because you've stepped away from your last energetic lesson. All these cups here are not full anymore. They don't suffice you. They don't make you feel good about yourself anymore. They were good while they were there. They fulfilled you for that time. That's all fantastic. But now you're learning to step up out of them into something new, and that's going to lead you to opening a door of such big possibilities that others are going to reflect you. Soul Tribe's going to come in, and you're going to be on the same wonderful path, like literally jumping on this train, golden train, going towards the reality that you really desired. Mike Turner would appreciate what you may be able to discover on me. Mike Turner. Hang on, Mike, I'm just getting a feeling like I have to pick one of these other cards for you. Okay, so you have luck coming in. You have luck coming in. You are a bright energy. Let worry go and be happy here in the now. Also, Ladybird to me is a very strong message of you're already home within you. About you is what your home is. So you're already home within you. What you feel about you is what your home is. That's where the luck's coming in, because you're starting to realize abundance isn't something that you need to grasp outside yourself. It's something that is of immense power of who you feel you are and what you deserve. So I feel like luck's coming in for you anyway. Well, otherwise it wouldn't have got me to do that card. See, here's Emperor card. I just split the deck and Emperor was on the bottom. You're stepping into the power of who you are, which is fantastic. You are on the right journey. Don't worry about things. Things are going to fall into place in the end. Just keep going the way you're going. Purging all those negative thoughts, allowing space come in your mind, trusting your imagination to create the reality you want, that sort of thing. Keep going. You're on the right path. Okay, so we have Isabella, thank you, Bobby. I am single. Your message makes sense. I'm looking forward to that new energy coming in. I'm feeling the shift for sure. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. I just had to go with it like that because that's what it was showing up. Yeah, you're definitely going to find the right persons coming in for you. First time here, Anjali. Can I have a reading? You can have a quick reading? Yes, for sure. Anjali from YouTube. Okay, Anjali. So we have the Wheel of Fortune. So something's coming around again for you to see. Just be aware, because this was in reverse. This is the Seven of Swords. See how he's overprotecting himself, and he's got all the swords, carrying all of them. It's taking a lot of effort to do this with this overprotection. But in reverse, we're literally letting that go. And that's because you're coming up to a point in your life where everything's repeating again, but this time you're going to try something different. This time, instead of overprotecting yourself, making sure that you've got all of your swords in your hand and it's heavy and it's hard and it's, you're fighting off those people that are coming towards you that are being a pain in the ass and that sort of thing. Instead, you're going to let go of all that and start to trust a new phase in your life where you don't have to carry all of that, don't have to be overprotective. If someone comes at you, simple. If they're annoying you, you walk away. Simple. And then it allows a space for someone new to come in that reflects your strength of who you are, that you honor and respect who you are. You can have, even if it is like a family member or something, you can have less time with them. You don't have to spend as much time as what you thought. Drop it, yeah. So that's for you, Angie. You're welcome, Malcolm. Yay, Angie, subscribe. Fantastic. Yeah, subscribe away. Help my YouTube. It's where my main messages are. I am on Facebook as well, but all of my channel messages that come through the week. When I channel through Pleiadians, Arcturians, they're the ones that are closest to Gaia. Whatever messages come through, they are up on my YouTube. Plus, I'm thinking of doing a monthly one now, a monthly reading more than a weekly, or even shifting it up to something different, bringing in new readings. Anyways, we'll look at that a bit closer. Mr. X. I've got too many cards flipping over. Let's start again. Mr. X. You've got some blessings coming in too, Mr. X. Aphrodite. Okay, I get it. So we have the Five of Coins, which is an energy of feeling almost sorry for oneself, sitting in a gutter and going, when's mine coming in? When's it coming in? It's not fair. Everybody else is starting to get rewards and I'm not. This person, once they stand up, they see in that window all of these beautiful coins waiting for them. They'll see all the people in there. They have to get to the feeling where they deserve to walk through that door. They have to get to that feeling where they deserve. And when they do, they realize that the door was always open. They could have walked in any given time and taken their rewards. So you also got Sea Queen's blessing, Hermaphrodite. So this is a blessing coming in for you. You're literally going to get what you wished for. Almost like they're showing me this is you, the old energy, feeling vulnerable. Look, he's on a beautiful fish. He looks really calm, but they're showing me the prickles on this fish. And then they're saying that you're becoming the person that gathers what you really truly desire. You're holding on to this nautilus shell, and she's gathering what she truly desires now. So blessings coming in for you. just have to stand up and go, no more victim. I don't care anymore. I'm going to take what I deserve now. What time are we? Oh my gosh, 1 hour and 9. I will leave it there, guys. Love you heaps. Didn't realize what the time was. Having so much fun with you. I might look into doing another live during the week. So look out for that. I will put it up on my community notice. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, because then you'll get all my notices of what's changing, what's happening. Love you guys heap. I should be doing another channel message this week as well. You guys are everything. I know 100% that you have it within you to create the desired outcome that you really wish for. You have it within you. Let's power ourselves up so we can power other people up and shift this world.